So thanks for coming in, Jeremy.
Yeah, no problem.
So if you could the idea is for you to talk to us about your journey with Jobs 22, the Restart scheme, and how we've got you into work, or how we've assisted you to get into work, and what's happening for you in the future. So tell me about why you're on the programme, and tell us your story.
Okay, I lost a job which I initially loved. I thought it was a great job. I thought I was good at it. I lost it under very difficult circumstances, which brought me to a very, very low ebb. Immediately following that, we went into lockdown, and I was pretty much isolated for 2 years. I reached a point I didn't even want to leave the house. I had no faith in myself. I had no interest in the world. I just wanted to be left alone. If someone had offered me 500 quid to sit at home for the rest of my life in a room on my own, I'd have took it.
Would you?
That's where I was. Yeah, I didn't really want to participate in life at that point. So the benefit office referred me to Jobs 22, and I had a number of phone calls just to get me comfortable with the people, and whatever else. And then I met I'm not sure what you call him, is it a jobs coach? Yeah, I met my jobs coach, and she immediately put me at ease, laughed at all my jokes, which is always nice, especially when you're at a low end, and your jokes are probably a bit ropey, because they haven't been used in years. But it was a good meeting. The next day, there was a retail, what would you call it? Workshop. Yeah, retail workshop. And a few weeks before, I'd have probably said not a chance. Yeah. But as I was there, I was now in a fairly good mood, and I thought, yeah, why not? I'm out of the house now. Let's see what happens.
So was that the first time you've been out of the house in a long time then, to come and see your friend?
For more than a few minutes. Yeah, I mean, I used to go into town to use the bank and then rush home. I wouldn't go in shops other than my local store, where I'd go in for a couple of minutes, head down, buy my stuff, and get home as quick as I could.
Wow. So
I wasn't communicating with people generally.
And then you came into the workshop and communicate with probably 10, 15 people.
Yeah, and it's. I find with me, I can get in a horrible rut where I just get in that place, and it's difficult to get out of. So if I force myself to do something, I find that negativity tends to disappear quite quickly. I don't know whether I don't know, it probably sounds a bit pretentious, but feed off of other people. Yeah. And their moods perhaps affect my moods and things like that. So
it's infectious, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Positive people make me a lot more positive.
And how did you find the workshop then? And then where did you go from there?
I found it very helpful. Yeah, because I'd worked in factories, I'd worked in mental health, and I didn't particularly want to go back to that. I had dabbled in retail very briefly and enjoyed it. It was probably one of my favourite jobs, in all honesty, but it had only been a 2-month contract. So I thought, I wouldn't mind going into a retail environment. But I wasn't sure I'd be able to. Like I say, my confidence was very low. Difficult circumstances, losing my last job, and I wasn't confident anyone would want to employ me, to be perfectly honest, at that point. So it was very helpful.
So you did your workshop, and then what happened?
Oh, well, I pretty much was offered a taster session with am I allowed to use my employer's name? Yeah, with Timpsons. Now, I was aware of Timpsons. I'd had keys cut, I'd had shoes repaired and things like that. It wasn't something I'd particularly considered doing myself, I have to say. But I went along for the morning session. Got on famously with the guy I was in the shop with. We had a good laugh, and I thought, I could do this. This would be pretty good. Yeah. And
you were offered the job from there?
Pretty much, yeah. Because it's wonderful. No interview process. I mean, what would you call it? The application was kind of done after I'd already got the job.
Yeah.
So Timpsons are the kind of employer who aren't so much interested in qualifications, because everything you're going to need to do, they're going to teach you to do.
Yeah.
And we get managers in all the time teaching us how to do things and stuff like that. And they basically want someone who's going to be able to stand there in front of the customer. And I think they like to employ personalities. Now, I wouldn't ever say I've got a personality, but apparently it must be the beard. That's what it is.
Must be.
Yeah. But I've really enjoyed it.
Good. So how do you feel, and what are your long-term goals now then? So from where you were, say, sort of 2 months ago before you came on the scheme, how do you feel that the Restart scheme has helped you, and how do you feel with your long-term goals and going forward?
Well, I'd still be in my house without the Restart scheme. I wouldn't be in work. There's no way I'd be in work. I would just be sitting there, vegetating, using the PlayStation or whatever else it happened to be, eating the same food every day, and being miserable. Now I can see a future. I can see maybe getting my own shop at some stage, and I don't think it'd be that long, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think I'm positive now, very positive.
Good. Well, thank you for sharing your story, Jeremy. And I can say from sort of first experience that your employer has got a progression structure for you, and they are looking to do build you. And your progression structure would be to be a branch manager.
Yeah.
So I'm absolutely thrilled to have met you and to have helped you sort of through your journey here from one place to another.
Yeah. It's been great.
Genuinely, honestly, really, really good success story.
Thank you.
Thank you.